Adam with PlayPSVR.com, and I wanted to play a little To the Top and give you somewhat of a casual review, just give you an idea of what the gameplay is like and my initial thoughts. So the first thing while I'm at the menu screen, I want to cover how much content there is for VR in this title. It's incredible. So there's campaign mode, in which we have easy, medium, and hard, and bonus levels. In each level, you'll see there are a certain number of medals that you can earn that then unlock different modes. You can also customize masks you can look over here in the mirror and see all the different masks here that you can get. I don't know, I kind of go for the creepy ones because there's just some really weird options. And then there's different bodies that you can also take, and then hands. And so currently I work in a medical field, so I like using the bones, but as I unlock them, I may change. Options, you can always change comfort level, like snap turning, comfort grid, and vignette. You can change and turn those off. Certainly some of us who have our VR legs, we don't like all that stuff for comfort. And then there's multiplayer, which is incredible because it's a lengthy campaign, and then with the multiplayer is just phenomenal. So I'm going to play just a couple of the easy maps to give you an idea of what to expect, what it looks like, and I'm going to do easy so I can focus and kind of talk to you a little bit about what's going on here, well as kind of what to expect. And it's a little easier so I don't have to fully do the level itself. So To the Top is a platforming game, meaning that it's unlike any platformer you've ever played. You use the trigger buttons to essentially move on anything that is blue. These things right here are checkpoints, so if you fall off, then you can start back there. And so you have these little hands, and anytime you see the hands that you can grab, you just hold down the trigger button, let go, and you essentially jump to that area. And one thing that definitely took me a long time to get, like I understood it, but it's harder to perform that way, is that you want to make a lot of successful jumps. You don't want to jump like this, land, and then decide, okay, I want to jump there, because you can only reach so far. You're not going to be able to get it. You're not going to be able to get as much thrust out. And so the more you jump, the faster, the better. One thing I will mention, which is awesome, is that I'm actually afraid of heights, and this game on several occasions really made me, like, it didn't make me sick, but it got my adrenaline pumping and actually got like my fight or flight reflex going, because some of these, like right here, I guess that's not a good, maybe the next level, you can fall off, or when you're high up, you can fall off a crane or high heights, and it just gets you going. And some people, I'm sure, like it. I think it's all right. Maybe eventually I'll lose my fear of heights because of this game. But so another thing I wanted to mention, in each level there are 3 different time limits that get you medals if you beat those time limits. There's also, they call geomes. They look like essentially rocks, just like crystals that you collect. The normal geomes right here, there's 11 of them in this level. You just pick them up. They're really easy. Some of them, for the most part, are just very easy to find. A couple of them may be hidden a little bit, but you may have to search, but it's not too difficult. And then there's always one that's hidden very well that you really have to go out of your way. You really have to think about where it is and then go from there and try to find it. So you have all of these reasons ultimately to practice, to get good at a level, and to replay it. So you can always restart a level here. Going to go to another level, hopefully show you a little more expansive. Again, that one's very easy. It's one of the very first levels. But the thing I love about the game is that there is that much content in the level. It's just unlike anything from spot to spot. It's just unlike any experience I've ever had. It's completely unique to PS. Adrenaline pumping. If you're afraid of heights, it'll kind of get you all jittery. there's the competition in terms of the multiplayer, and it's just, I mean, I can't say enough good things about it. I'm not very easy in terms of calling games must-haves, just because I think there's always so many different genres of games that people like, and everyone's different, and so I don't like saying a must-have, because that means that essentially you think that regardless of your taste, you should have it. But this game, honestly, is the one that I think is a must-have. Like, if you get a little bit too far into the structures, you also die, but you just go back to the same checkpoint. It's not a big deal. But once you start going high up, like this, it just, like, it's insane. Like, just take a minute. I know it's watching on a 2D, like YouTube, it's not going to mean much, but for someone playing the game, like, this is it's just absolutely insane. It's breathtaking almost. It's just so unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life. It's so cool. I absolutely love it. And so far, I'm absolutely loving this game. There are times in which you can get stuck because there's not enough blue areas around. Like right here, I'm struggling, but that's alright, because all you have to do is click the circle button and you can go back and go back to the last checkpoint. This part I typically have trouble with for whatever reason, but there we go. So get that checkpoint, and then so jump on. Oh, am I gonna make it? So I'm trying to think of anything else about the game. That the areas are very unique. They're very fun. They're all very different. Some of them are a little more gloomy. Regardless, they all have their own advantages, or not advantages, but I guess rather obstacles that you have to overcome. All of them are just, I've yet to play a lazy level. Also, the music is absolutely fantastic, and that also makes the game more enjoyable to play. Come over here, one more, and then there we go. So I'm gonna end it there, but that's just a kind of an idea of what the gameplay To The Top is. Seriously, I say this is a must-buy regardless of what type of PSVR titles you have. It's the most unique one on the market, I think. It's breathtaking, music's great, gameplay's great, tons of content. I really think this is something you should have if you have a PSVR. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Look for a review here in a couple days, and hopefully I'll see you in To The Top VR.